We're going to conclude this series of videos talking about the Maxima Help menu and the wxMaxima X menu. I have this figure. When you open the software for Maxima, there is the wxMaxima is the one that we use for operating. But there is a PDF file called Maxima Documentation. When you open that PDF file, I'm going to open it right here. It gives you a manual for Maxima. This is a manual for people who speak computerese. That's the language that computer programmers speak. And there is all these menus, and if you're looking for like expressions, you go there and it tells you all the different commands. And Maxima has a lot of commands. Maxima is quite a complex mathematical software. The wxMaxima interface facilitates using Maxima because it gives you some specific commands that you use in engineering and scientific practice, but it is pretty sophisticated mathematics that you can do in Maxima. And so the Maxima documentation provides information on the commands Maxima and some examples. And it's a nice reference to have handy there. But you also have the help menu. And in the menu you have like help, context sensitive help. So if you have something like square root of 23.4 and you click on that and you go help, context sensitive help, it will open up a web page basically. Let me fit it here within the confines of my camera. And it will send you to the index. Let me try that again. Let's go for help, context sensitive help. And basically just give you the same, this is the same document that you have in PDF, but now you get it as a online, as a HTML manual. One thing that I do when I need to use I do Control F in my browser that says finding page, and so if I'm looking for SQRT, I type the SQRT and then type this, and then it starts going you through examples, and if you're lucky you end up with something that makes sense. But there's a lot of information available there if you want to really get deep into Maxima. Then you have wxMaxima Help. This is another web page or HTML. But wxMaxima is basically about the operation of the interface. There's no whole lot about the functions of Maxima, just the operation of the interface. Maxima Help will open up that HTML help that I was mentioning before, and you can look at it, like if you're looking for operators, for example, and you go arithmetic operators, and it show you the arithmetic operators, and it give you examples. Example, it says must be a symbol or string. So let's see, example SQRT not found. You're not going to find every example, but that's a beginning there. Apropos, show all the comments similar to SQRT, for example. SQRT in the nest, and you can get into it by looking into the help menu. And show tips. Show tips is the tip of the day, and so you get things there, and you can move the next one, and then so on. Then this part right here is actually some documents where you can learn how to do things like solving equations with Maxima. I'm going to reduce the size of that, and it gives you example, and it gives you presentations, and you can. I'm sorry, you had to do Shift Enter. and it shows you, it takes you to different examples that you can try. There is number types. Okay. You can go to tolerance calculation with Maxima. Okay. Displaying two-dimensional curves. And it had examples there. And it gives you more detail on how to work those examples. Solving differential equations. I'm going to go quickly to those. Fitting curves to measurement data. Advanced variable names. This is like all kind of weird characters that you can use for variable names. Fast list access. Talks about lists and arrays. Memoizing, I don't understand what that is, but it's a term that is used a lot in this document. Tutorials on the web. This will take you to websites where you have offline manuals. The manual, the PDF manual that I'm showing you is this one right here. And there's like a bunch of tutorials. wxMaxima tutorial, linear equations in French, minimal maxima in Turkish, Introducción a Máxima por Javier Arastegui, video tutorials in Spanish, and so on. You have all that kind of information there. Build info, I have no idea what that is. Oh, that's about the compilation of the software. Bug report, if you need to report a bug, there's a way to do it. License tells you about the license that allows you to use Maxima. Check for updates, says my versions are up to date. And about Maxima, which is like the generic information about Maxima. And that way we conclude this presentation about the wxMaxima help.